Bummy.
Ah, yes.
You look so fresh though and clean. It feels strange to call you that.
Yeah, so what happens is when I started like buying expensive stuff, which I can't afford at all. Like
Oh, okay.
I'm very broke right now.
Uh-huh.
But I always get them in like sizes way too big. So like I can wear them when I'm older, and so I was just like, man, I look like a bum with these baggy ass clothes.
Are you really planning ahead, or are you just trying to do like a hip hop thing? Like,
Nah, planning ahead. I mean, like if I'm gonna buy something expensive, I want to be able to wear it when I'm older.
okay, okay,
Right.
smart. What
I
if
mean-
your tastes change?
No, it won't. I
Oh.
mean, I've always been just, stupid and unique, which is, not always a good thing. But
Sure.
so I'll probably just wear this my whole life. Like so,
Your whole life.
yeah, I'll be 40 wearing a golf tracksuit.
What's speaking of fashion? Was this a fashion choice, like a Nelly type thing? What was on your neck here? Do you have a band-aid
so
on
I
your
do
neck?
acting. So that was mic tape.
Ah.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
I just finished the show, so you have to like tear it off at the end.
Here, show the camera.
I've had mic tape on here stay for like a week before. It just got off the face, kind of. So
What's the show you're doing?
I did Madagascar, which
is-
is weird.
Like the kids movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a musical?
Yeah, which
Oh.
is weird, but so I work with Trips. They're
I
the
worked
students'
for
college.
Trips.
Hey,
I
shit,
did.
no way.
Yeah. Are you good at singing?
Singing, yeah, I'm pretty good. I mean, people are usually really humble with that, and same with me. Like, people tell me I'm good, and so I say I'm good because that's what people say.
Fair enough.
Like, if people said I was shit, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm shit. Definitely.
They say if somebody's good at something, they tell everyone about it, and when they're great, everyone tells them.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually really true.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Didn't think of it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just quoting out here.
So you said you're like unique for better or worse, like do you
Yeah.
see yourself as an island, as a rapper at a young age? How old are you right now?
14.
You're 14.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're reasonable. I see a lot of rappers that are just totally delusional.
Yeah, I mean, what I used to do, when I first started, I started this like 2 years ago, and my voice was so high pitched when I made songs. I like put on a low voice thing, so it sounded like shit, like, cause it was just deep, but not a good deep, to where it was like barely understandable.
Yeah.
And then if I took it off, my voice was like helium. So.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, do you think your friends pushed you into this, or have you been fighting against people you know as far as wanting to become a rapper?
For me, I feel like I'm kind of alone on what I'm doing right now. Like, even one of my friends who made some of the beats on the album isn't really helping me, like, put it out there. Which, like, no offense to him or anything. I mean, I get it. But, like, it's hard when you have all your friends telling you, like, oh, shit, you're good. And then when I'm like, hey, I just spent $200 on making an album, and I'm already broke. Can you help me put it out there? And nobody helps me at all. So it's, like, just me constantly self-advertising.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like, people definitely go hard on you when you're starting out. Like, I've had maybe 2% of people take me seriously that I know that have actually knew me about my music, which is, kind of sucks ass, because you're trying to do something that you're really passionate about, and no one's taking you the way that you want to be taken. No one's taking the words that you're saying seriously. They're just like, oh, that was a cool beat. I'm like, well, why don't you listen to the words that I'm trying to put out in my songs?
Yeah. Have you had other like strangers like me that just heard you rap and were like, "Hey, this is good"? Have you experienced that much?
No, not
No?
really.
Really?
No one's really put me out there. Someone showed one of my teachers one of my fucking old mixtapes. I
Oh,
was
yeah?
like, oh, all right. You said it wasn't bad, so I mean, for teacher standards, I'm all right with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I teach kids rap.
Oh.
That's not what they pay me to do. I'm an addiction recovery technician, which means I work at a rehab. And if kids, I see them doing it, I'm like, hey, I bet I'm better than you. You know what I mean? We play like rhyme games, and so I get to go to work every day and play like rhyme games to work on polysyllabic stuff, or like how to express ourselves, how to do punchlines. So it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, damn, that's cool.
But yeah, I think you're really talented. I think your music is. I think you're way ahead of how old you are, for sure.
Thanks.
I think there's still a lot of polishing to do. I mean, we're all kind of finding ourselves, right? I'm
Yeah.
31. I'm still finding myself
Yeah,
as a rapper,
definitely.
figuring out what to say.
Yeah, I mean, where I see myself right now is I shouldn't get so attached
Mm-hmm.
because I'm 14. I can't even get an actual job.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even get a fucking permit. So
Mhm.
I mean, uh, I have to think ahead, but to a certain extent. Like what I think is, if you think too far in the past, that's bad because what happens in the past you can't change.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about in your future, you can't change either because you have no idea what's gonna happen in it.
Mhm.
You have no idea what's gonna pass you. You have no idea what opportunities are gonna come. So, and it's really hard to stay in the present and think about what you're doing at the very moment.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're able to do it, it puts you in a way better state of peace, especially when you're trying to find yourself. Because I do a lot of art, music, and acting, but I don't think acting is taking me anywhere, but I still do it. And then music is like a really hard stretch for me to do, but I still really want to exceed in that. And art is just off to the side right now. So I'm like constantly battling with myself of what I want to do, but you know, I really can't get too focused on one thing and really just have to broaden my horizons with other opportunities.
So, what kind of goals do you have right now? Not as far as living in the future or making it, I'm going to be the next Kendrick. What are you working towards right now?
Right now?
As far as being a rapper.
Yeah. Right now, I really just want to have more people know who I am in general.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like have to make music every single week to get out there. I just want to have people start noticing some of the older shit. Even if it's like kind of bad, I still want people to be like, "Oh shoot, he actually exists."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you know it's kind of hard to get yourself out there in the first place. But if I can at least get the ball rolling, then I might be able to take off soon.
You, to me, seem like a really clean cut kid. You got like, the nice shoes on and you got the new jumpsuit, or it looks new. Good job. And, you say you go to a private school. I met you at the grimiest joint in town. I met you in an illegally zoned warehouse covered in graffiti with people smoking pot inside. So, how did you end up at that show?
I'm not.
Because that was weird.
I'm not like an innocent person. It's not like
sure.
I'm not, squeaky clean or whatever.
But how did you even know about that place?
Neve.
I met her at that show.
Yeah,
She's your sister, right?
Yeah. So she really like introduced me into it,
Mhm.
and this other few rappers that were doing it, and so I started.
Jay Dizzle and
JD, O'Shea, Demo, Don Juan.
Okay, Don Juan, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was us there, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do the show?" I'm like, "Hell yeah," because I'm just starting to make some stuff, but I'm not really far out there yet. And then I get brought up with this opportunity. I'm already working on a different album that I'm experimenting with, and so I was like, "Hell yeah, I guess I'll just get myself out there." It was really cool being able to do something like that. Watching the video of myself was like fucking
Hard.
I was so static in it.
Mhm.
Like all my movements were like robots when, I was talking into the mic and shit. And so I was like, man, you're doing good, but what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. To jump way back, were you raised with rap music, or did you discover it on your own, or how did you get into rap?
The first thing that really brought me into rap was Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I see you got the golf.
Yeah,
right?
Such a big influence. Because I saw what he was doing, and I realized all the shit that he was doing was stuff that nobody else was.
Yeah.
What he does with rap and what he does with music in general is something that you really don't find in mainstream now. A lot of it is focused on trap, and I think that trap has kind of reached its point of, like, oh, cool, this is a good thing, but now there's not a lot you can do with it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it could just kind of die out and bring on, like, a new wave of more inspiring artists and a lot more, like how Lil Pump is drug-free now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, people need to start setting a better example. So
Sure.
that, because honestly, the whole trap craze, like, really started fucking with kids.
Sure. Yeah, I really like the, like, no Xan's movement that's going on. Like,
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that, because that's probably one of the worst drugs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because it can be so mistaked. It can be just faked easily.
Yeah, and on its own, I know that when I was doing Xanax, I was just blacking out so easily. I'd have whole nights I didn't remember just from, like, swallowing a bar and a half. Like, there goes 6 hours, 7 hours. It's just so dangerous.
Yeah.
So bad.
You have no idea what can happen.
Yeah, totally. I'm missing chunks of my life, you know? And that was, I'm old school being into trashy drugs. That was like more than a decade ago. And so it's sad seeing that become popular. I mean, I think drugs and music are always going to go hand in hand.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But man, Xans are just a really dangerous one. Are you now? This is the part that we might edit out in the future.
Yeah.
You have a song. I think it's called "Never Sober," or there's something
yeah, it's just
close
called
to that.
Sober.
Sober.
Yeah.
Now I liked that a lot, and I related to it as a alcoholic and drug addict myself, going on 4 years clean.
Yeah. Oh wow. Nice.
And which isn't this many, it's this many. I don't know why I got too excited. I got overexcited. 4 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, in a month and a half, I'll be 4 years clean.
Wow.
But yeah, I was temporarily addicted to opiates, and I spent years of my life drunk. And so when I hear you talking in a way that I could relate, I'm like, uh-oh. Because you shouldn't be relating to me. You know what I mean? You're 14.
Well,
so
this is,
you want to talk about it?
This is a lot what I like about art.
Mm-hmm.
So art can be interpretive. Anyway, you can take something with that I was talking about being addicted to people or being addicted to, like, it can be addicted to having to have social contact or being addicted to drugs or alcohol or just being addicted to having someone there so that you're not lonely, which is like a lot of shit that I was going through.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like art being interpretive, I was talking with my friend Cole a while ago, and what happened was he brought up this picture, and we were talking about it, and he was like, oh yeah, I thought I meant this thing. And I told him it meant something completely different, but being able to hear that was really cool, to being able to see how someone else perceives your art. And so I sent him another picture, and so we kept on going and like talking about it. But it's really cool to see how people determine your shit. Now, I did do a thing about like addiction and shit with the song on my new album, High School Rockstar, on Water, because
yeah, I listened to that one too.
yeah, with that song, I went to this party, and what's crazy is when you see people that are drunk, that's like the wall is gone. Whatever they were hiding beforehand, just completely out. Or like being high or drunk, anyways, all the shit that they hide behind just flows out. You really see a person for who they are when they don't have a mask on. And so in that part it says, tell me why you drink out the bottle, because it just, there's all this shit that happens in people's lives, and they might just blow it off as, oh yeah, I'm just trying to have fun, but there's a deeper thing behind it. Like, even if you like are just trying to have fun, there's always a deep thing behind there why you're trying to get high or drunk in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. When I look back, I think I was trying to get away from stuff as opposed to being drawn to alcohol. I was just wanted to get out of my own skin.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Oh, it's good to hear that your interpretation of it. I was worried you're going to be like, yeah, you want some bars? Because I have some, or whatever,
No,
like alcohol.
Definitely a line of what drugs I will and will not do.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Weed is okay.
You think so?
Oh, definitely.
Your brain is still developing. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Have you read the research?
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I don't
yeah. You're. It's okay if you do it like over 25, but I feel like honestly it's all right in doses. Like I know
think so?
people who smoke every single day. That fucks you up.
Yeah.
That's like really bad.
Definitely.
I might do it like every like month or two, just because like occasionally you just want to have fun with people and stuff and just let loose for a while.
Yeah.
Like I have really bad anxiety issues.
Oh, you do?
That shit is like really helpful to just kind of forget for a night and just have fun and shit.
Sure. Yeah. So, to close things off, what's you said you're working on a new album?
Well, no, I just put one out.
You just put one out, so you're, right now, a little hiatus.
Yeah.
What do you think, besides the performance we're about to see in the studio,
shoot,
what do you think we're going to hear next? Are you going to start incorporating, are you going to like be singing hooks? You're going to bring instruments in? You're going to make a trap album? You're going to make an EDM influenced dance hit? What do you think's next?
I've always wanted to experiment, and I got my friend Brendan who did Flurries on Neon Roses.
Mm-hmm.
I was only in 5th grade, and he's still amazing at guitar and shit. I can't believe that he did that on there, but I want to do a lot more things with him. He's really talented with guitar right now, and so I want to be able to go into maybe some more rock elements, some other things. I have been working on like a little thing, but putting it off to the side right now, waiting so I can just find myself a little more before I start off. But I want to be more experimental, and I don't want to do the normal chorus verse kind of thing. I want to have things without any choruses at all. I want to do things, might even just be an instrumental track. I just want to do a lot of things that I've never tried before on my next album, and so I can really find what I want to do.
That's great. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
More experimentation, right?
Oh, definitely.
Very cool. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it started.
All right.
Thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah, of course. All right. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey, high school rock star, king to a god, but I'm really still peasant, so this shit considered facade. Still really rock, no sign of single stars. On my real album getting dropped, all of these bitches don't take that shit serious. Hope that you're feeling this, even though deep shit is meaningless. Nowadays people want meaningless lyrics that pair with good beats and like almost no periods. But I want shit with that good guitar and the solid bars that can make people feel it. But look at me, I'm a hypocrite, and my bank account is still in single digits. But I still think I'm the realest, and I know it's self-centered, I think I'm superior. Whoa, hey, yeah, but I still feel like a rock star. I guess my attitude changed, but it can't be because of the money. I only got one single chain, but I still feel like a rock star. Maybe I might be insane, maybe I'm losing my brain, but lately these bitches all sounding the same. But I still feel like a rock star. I guess my attitude changed, but it can't be because of the money. I only got one single chain, but I still feel like a rock star. Maybe I might be insane, and maybe I'm losing my brain, but lately these rappers all sounding the same. Yeah, hey, about time to get off my ass. I'm tired of trying to pass all these classes, sick of trying to control the masses. I think I need a blessing from the pastor. Too many tracks to be mastered, but I still feel like a rock star. I guess my attitude changed, but it can't be because of the money. I only got one single chain, but I still feel like a rock star. And maybe I might be insane, and maybe I'm losing my brain, but lately these bitches all sounding the same. Yeah, yeah, but I still feel like a rock star. But I still feel like a rock star. Hey, yeah, but I still feel like a rock star. Maybe I might be insane, and maybe I'm losing my brain, but lately these bitches all sounding the same. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Some short tracks. I'm Bummy Music, or Bummy. Thanks for listening. Awkward as shit.
Good job.
Stuttering. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.